gonna be a thing. Hello, my wonderful friends. If you've been watching me for a while now, there is no doubt a burning question in your mind. A question that perhaps you've been pondering for years. Why will Arlo not shut his blue furry face about Pikmin already? Why is he so hopelessly obsessed with the series? Because believe me, I most certainly am obsessed and could talk your ear off about it if you let me. I enjoy a great many games and series, and certainly a great number from Nintendo themselves. But something about Pikmin is special. Something about the overall concept and the moment-to-moment gameplay is so amazingly satisfying to me. It's my number one happy place. My number one happy place. It's the one series where I could pretty much play any game any number of times and not get tired of them. And indeed, I have played them all many, many, many times already. Okay, I haven't played Hey Pikmin. I don't want to play Hey Pikmin. Mainline Pikmin, though, I'm sure my repeat play count for the series far exceeds any other. I've collectively played Pikmin 1, 2, and 3 more than anything else. But why is that? What is it about the series that captivates me so? Why is every day of my life spent yearning for news about the next title? Well, I figure it's time to answer those questions. Let's talk about why I love Pikmin so darn much. Before we even get into the gameplay side, one of the things about Pikmin that I've fallen utterly in love with is its overall aesthetic. I love nature. I love trees. I love leaves. I love grass. I love dirt. I just adore the natural world. And even though there are plenty of man-made objects and places to explore, particularly in Pikmin 2, the series is all about exploring that world. Plants, rocks, water, it's all rendered realistically with great attention to detail, making for a beautiful and serene experience. It truly feels like you're taking a walk out in the garden, and not a lot of games can achieve that so genuinely. Pikmin is also all about little creatures and bugs and tiny little aliens that are no bigger than mice, and just about everything in our world towers over them. Thanks to this perspective, we get to see all of this nature up close. I really like games and movies and stuff about small people because I feel like we tend to miss a lot of beautiful things in the world unless we stop to take a closer look. Plants in particular are so beautiful up close, so seeing them from such a point of view is endlessly delightful to me. And man-made objects as well. The treasures you collect in 2 are all common household items, and I don't know what's so pleasant about seeing such items perfectly rendered in a game, but I love it. So between the naturalistic environment and the shrunk-down perspective, Pikmin works to make me feel peaceful and chilled out before I even so much as pluck my first Pikmin. It's a world that's just nice to be in. It's honestly therapeutic. And you know what else I love about the Pikmin world? It's weird. It's kind of our world and kind of not. It's clear that humans used to live here, but where are they now? Why do some of these creatures resemble real animals, but they're alien and weird? And why are others just completely bonkers? What even are Pikmin, and how did they come to be? Despite seemingly taking place on Earth, Pikmin is one of the strangest series Nintendo has ever created, and I love that about it. It's a bizarre sort of reality, yet it's grounded in its own kind of reality, and presented as a real natural world that we're visiting. Not only is it unique, it's also thought-provoking. I mean, who's ever played Pikmin and not wondered why the world is the way it is? It encourages you to come up with your own ideas and theories, and I can always appreciate that in a game. Moving on, Pikmin are adorable! I mean, look at them! I mentioned how I like stuff featuring tiny people. Well, usually that's just because of the environments. I don't necessarily like the people themselves, but I could not possibly love these little guys more. They're plants, they're animals, they have little leaves on their heads that sprout into flowers, they make squeaky little noises when they're doing stuff. They're so little that you just throw them around everywhere. Look at the way they all work together to carry large objects. It's just too much. And that is exactly why it's so painful to watch them die. Nintendo games are usually so tame. Nobody dies, not even the bad guys. They all just poof away or something. But Pikmin? You can throw a Pikmin up onto a ledge and watch with a smile as it turns around and waves down at you. Then the next minute you see it crunched up in the teeth of a giant monster, or flattened, or burned to death, or exploded, or drowned. It's positively gruesome, and I love it. Feeling a connection with these creatures and being horrified when I'm forced to watch them die is just such an interesting dynamic. I'm constantly incentivized to avoid letting them get eaten, but it's not truly stressful because I really do have plenty of Pikmin and will never run out. It's a perfect balance. And here's where I think the heart of the matter lies. When it comes to gameplay, I don't think anything makes me love Pikmin more than its automated elements. When you throw Pikmin at an object, they'll bring it back to your ship or their onion automatically. Throw them at an enemy, they'll attack it until it's dead or they're dead. Give them a wall and they'll tear it down. Give them a bridge and they'll build it. And something about this process is very, very satisfying to me. It just clicks. I just never get tired of sending my Pikmin to do various jobs. I love that I get to manage them, and of course I'm making a lot of split-second decisions, but they also act kind of independently and do most of the actual work. Pikmin 3 is the best in this regard because it introduced the idea of Pikmin returning to a group of objects multiple times until those objects are depleted, whether it's pieces of a bridge or a bunch of grapes. This added a new level to that delicious automation because now individual Pikmin can carry one small item at a time while running around all over the map, and this is both satisfying and also very adorable. And beyond simply being satisfying, the automation thing opens up the potential for multitasking, which is another thing that I just love. It is deeply rewarding to grow more efficient and have your Pikmin do more things at once and get more done in a day. Each day is on a timer, and even if the limited days don't mean much when you're an experienced Pikmineer because you're at zero risk of running out, that day timer still matters a lot. Accomplishing a lot per day is like a personal goal of mine. In the end, it doesn't matter if I mess up, so there's no real pressure. Yet I'm still rewarded for my skillful playing when I shave a day or two off my total playtime. I'm not normally one for speedy playing, but something about Pikmin drives me to always do better. You know, when I feel like it, because if I don't, then I don't. It's as chill or intense as I want it to be. Oh man, we're rolling now. I'm talking about Pikmin and I love it. You want to know what else I love about Pikmin? Slaughtering creatures by the hundreds and harvesting their bodies to multiply my forces. Am I ever in need of Pikmin? Do I ever run low and need the spoils I gather? Absolutely not. And yet for some reason this system still feels very rewarding to me. I love games where every baddie gives you XP because then it always feels worth taking them out, at least to some small degree. And here it's very similar. Every single weirdo creature I vanquish adds to my numbers and gives me a nice little rush of satisfaction. Knowing that larger, more difficult creatures will yield more Pikmin makes them that much more delightful to murder. Ah, but that's if you can get them back to the onion in time. Pikmin is all about time management, and trying to collect as many bodies as possible without running out of time is great fun. And even if I don't actually need the Pikmin I produce, this system allows me to make something of a game out of their production. The games always show you stats at the end of a run, and it's fun to try to increase the total Pikmin I net in each run. In 3, it's always a personal challenge of mine to produce at least 100 blues on the first day they're available. I'd love to do the same thing for flyers, but that's something I'm still working on, and the day I do it will be a glorious day indeed. Again, amassing Pikmin and trying to do it as quickly and efficiently as possible isn't something I need to do, it's something I want to do, so it's never stressful. And if collecting the bodies of your foes isn't satisfying enough, each Pikmin game tasks you with collecting some type of item. I don't always like 100%ing games, but under the right circumstances, I will collect obsessively. And as far as I'm concerned, 100%ing a Pikmin game is the only way to beat it. The items themselves are always just delightful, especially in 2 and 3, and there are so many different ways to find and earn them. And there's that optional time management thing again. Breaking personal records for number of items collected on any given day is a massive thrill, and learning the ins and outs of a level so I can plan out my strategy multiple days in advance makes me feel like some sort of genius military strategist. And you want to talk about thrilling? The day is almost over and you've got one last item to get. If you don't get it, you'll have to waste an entire day coming back to pick it up. Your Pikmin have it and they're on their way back to the ship. The timer is counting down. You're not sure if they're gonna make it. It's about to hit 0, but they're almost there. It's incredible stuff. Edge of your seat stuff, man. And we can't forget about one very important element of a Pikmin game. It's not just about running around fighting guys and collecting stuff. There are many puzzles to solve and various problems to figure out and overcome. Even if it never takes a ton of thought to figure out, at least not if you've played each game dozens of times, it's the execution something that can be tricky. You've got to properly manage your units, fully understand and utilize each type, be aware of and account for their behavioral quirks, and always be prepared to think on your feet if something doesn't go the way you planned. It's just incredibly fun. It's just so much fun. Pikmin is fun. I can try to analyze the games and pinpoint the exact reasons I like the formula so much all day, but sometimes you reach a point where you just gotta be like, this is a thing that I like. Pikmin just vibes with me. All these things put together and probably some other pieces of the puzzle I'm not even seeing combined for whatever reason to make an experience that's just right for Arlo's. Pikmin strikes the perfect balance between difficult and laid back, between dangerous and serene. It encourages me to be better without demanding it. Wherever I am in my desires and my mood, it meets me there and gives me a good time. It offers escape when times are tough. It relaxes me when I'm stressed. Well, it's good. It is a good series of games that I enjoy a lot. And you know what? I need to make more videos about it. Isn't it weird that I've actually made very few Pikmin-related videos? I guess there just isn't that much to talk about when the games release every 19,000 years. One of the only videos I've done is me trying to figure out where Pikmin 4 is. It was a video about how there was no Pikmin to be talking about. That's desperation right there. But hey, if enough people like this video though, who knows, maybe I'll try to bring up the little guys more often. Well, I mean, I do bring them up a lot, but like in like full official videos on the subject. Or maybe Nintendo will just give us Pikmin 4 and I'll be able to talk about that! Ha! That's a joke. Of course they won't do that. Of course they won't. But let me know what you think about Pikmin. Are you a total Pikmin freak like me? Do you think the games are okay? Or have I spent so much time begging for Pikmin 4 that you can't even stand to hear the name anymore? That'd probably be understandable at this point. Whatever the case, thank you for watching, have a great day, and I love you. But I love Pikmin more, I'm sorry.